So welcome to this League of Empires cast. As mentioned, 4th Division, Cunning, Linguist, Oxen's team here versus Troondos, Tartan, Tribesmen. And we have Golden Pit as the map. It's all about the middle as the game moves on. This is where the golds and stone are for the long run of the game. So let me take a moment to introduce some of the players here. And we'll begin with Oxen's team here, Cunning, Linguist. We could start with their pocket actually, Mr. Benjamin Kittenjaugier. He is currently sitting at 902 elo in 1v1. The 1v1 rates are what's being used for calibrating the team elo, average team elo. So Benjamin Kittenjaugier with the Lithuanians, fantastic pocket civ. They have some, they get +1 attack per relic up until 4 relics. There are relics on Golden Pit, although you mainly focus on the gold in the middle, but Lithuanians obviously will want to collect the relics as well. Great mobile knights civilization. He is accompanied by Oxen on the right hand side, who's placed with the Portuguese, currently sitting at 1091 1v1 elo. And will likely be playing the archer's role here as Portuguese. The most common thing in team games is a combination of scouts from the pocket and archers on either side, and a bit of a coordinated effort to deal damage to the opposing player. Finally, on the left hand side we have Pinky299 playing in the almost pink color here. I tend to refer to it as purple, but it might as well be pink. Anyway, Pinky299 sitting at 1069 1v1 elo now, and plays with the Mongols for this one. Mongols flank could be great with the hunt bonus, 40% faster collected hunt. You are in a good spot to get a faster uptime, and could get to the archers earlier. Mongols also tend to go into scouts, especially from 1v1 or pocket positions in team games, but nothing to stop them from doing so in a 3v3 either from flank. Now for the other team, we have in the pocket position Troondos. Is with sitting at 1388 1v1 elo if my calculations or check is correct, if I found the right player. Teuton's pocket, very strong. Cavalry civ as well. They get +1 melee armor extra in the Castle and Imperial Aegis, that stack, and that applies to infantry units as well, of course. So they have some of the best halberdiers in the game as well. They are lacking mobility and speed because they lack husbandry for their cavalry, so they will get outrun by the Lithuanians who have husbandry. Left hand side we have French-AOE here, French-AOE with 1247 1v1 rating, playing in the blue as Huns here. Also a decent flank civ. They are missing Arbalest, so their archers in the end are kind of lacking. But they have cav archers, they have fully upgraded paladins. Yeah, many options. Also never need to build houses, so they save quite a bit of wood along the way. And finally, right hand side, right hand flank, John AMD as the Italians. Also likely to play the archer's role. They go up, can potentially go up earlier because their upgrades through the HS cost a little bit less, and yeah, we're probably seeing some cooperation with scouts and flank here between theirs. Looks like Oxen is about to almost lose the scout, and he dodges it nice and easy. Right, so after introductions, I'm going to see if I can pull up chat on my phone here, hopefully, and we'll try and follow the progress of the game as we move on here. Just sorting the mobile phone so I can actually see the chat here. Oxen seems very insistent upon the scouting forward here. Does a good job scouting, I'd say. Having Portuguese on the team means you get free cartography as well, so everyone on their team can basically having the same effect as having a market in the feudal age. Very useful for the early team games to plan team walls. Maybe looks like there's team wall potential here along the wood lines for Cunning Linguist, so that could be a factor to be reckoned with here. Let's have a look at the other team here, what they are up to. Troondos scouting the opposing pocket here, dodges the easy fire, good work there, and yeah, it's looking to gather some intel on their pocket. One Oxen says, by the way, game 2 is more exciting. I just didn't want to be churlish and not play this one too. It's fine. I'm thinking about doing two games for each division here, and depending a little bit on time. I hope the sound levels are okay. I think the music may be a little bit loud. It's a little bit loud in my ears anyway, so I'll adjust it a little bit here. So, we have a few villages in for the players here. First one to reach it is, unsurprisingly, the Mongols player going for the scouts over here. Yeah, certainly a decent opening. Frencho isn't fully walled yet, going for the scouts as well, actually, from the flank here. So, these players really like their scouts. A more well option, which works out nicely for open maps like this. Some preemptive walling here from Frencho as well to keep the enemy scouts out, probably realizing that with the uptime of the Mongols player, that's what's on the agenda here. A little bit of idle time as the buildings go up, and the scouts are on the move here for Pinky. 3 scouts forward now to go hit, running right into the spear here. Risks losing the weak one, but nice reaction from Pinky 299 over here to keep that out. Oxen, meanwhile, is walling the right side, and it's kind of setting up for a team wall here because of walling all the way towards the edge, and later on they could extend it, as mentioned, towards the woodlines here. It's a double ranges for John AMD here, whereas Oxen is currently settling for only one. There's the second one. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be a mirrored double range production here. I see some green dots in the middle. Sorry about the green and yellow. They are kind of similar here, but I hope you can bear with me. I prefer to have the separate colors rather than team colors. Just in time to stop Benjamin Kitanyahu here from... just in time to snipe on military. Actually went up without loom here, Benjamin. That's very risky. I hope he remembers to take it as the game goes on. Otherwise, Troondos will be looking at great value from the Teutonic scouts here. Left hand side, spears in the mix for Pinky as well as for Frencho here. More units overall for Frencho though. Slightly more military, or at least at home, not total. I guess Pinky keeps some spears at home maybe here. Yeah, roughly mirrored compositions here, but Frencho's scouts are weaker here, so there's definitely some damage potential for Pinky 299 here. Just needs to keep the spears close enough to deal the damage here. Yeah, good unit control on this side, it seems. There's a bit of flare over here as well, probably from Frencho or something. This is what's going on. Meanwhile, Loom is in for Benjamin Kitanyahu here in the yellow, taking some losses here, losing villagers left and right, unfortunately. Down to 20 villagers here now. Almost 19, just released one. Yeah, taking some serious losses here. 10 deaths. I think that's the initial lack of loom. That's a huge issue here. That's setting back the Lithuanians' pocket a lot, and that's also going to delay the knight's production from Benjamin quite a bit here. Castlage on the way though, but what's Castlage going to do for Benjamin Kitanyahu with these kinds of resources? Has a few on gold, only has 7 on food. Unfortunately for Benjamin, this fast castle won't pay off because there's literally no resources here to produce units. Benjamin has been crippled severely in the pocket position here. So for the right hand side we have John AMD forward with archers with fletching here, whereas Oxen is just now putting out the blacksmith, is fighting with smaller numbers, fewer numbers against the larger group here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the greatest fight for Oxen either. Nice reaction to pull the villager away though, might save it. Yeah, I think this she's fine. Gets the house walls up, and the archers will at least need to walk a bit further to get there. Pinky seems to have the walls in place on the left hand side. But here we go, right hand side is still open. Troondos takes the opportunity to run in, and Hans scouts will accompany him as well. With these amounts of scouts collected, they could even contest the spearmen here of Pinky, even without upgrades. And there's even an opening here, so yeah, a bit of a huge area to wall here for Pinky. Didn't manage to wall in time here, unfortunately. It doesn't look too great for Cunning Linguist right now. We see Troondos Tartan Tribesmen's overall population much higher here, specifically the pockets. Troondos left untouched at home, the green player here, and that shows also in the villager count here. 38 villagers against Benjamin's only 19 here. And they just run in and snipe the spears, going to obliterate Pinky's RB here as well. And the Cunning is really in a rough spot now, unfortunately. We have a Lithuanian knight out on the field now, though. Still the only player in the castle age here, Benjamin. And actually, if Pinky has a market, which doesn't have, but considering that slinging is allowed in this tournament, one strategic choice here could actually be for Pinky to sling some food to the Lithuanian player who is so far behind, to ensure that Benjamin in the pocket position can produce more villagers, get back on track, and maybe even produce some more knights as well. Army will be key for Cunning Linguist to get back into it here. What the hell just happened? Thanks, DE. Okay, we weren't that far in, but I'm just gonna fast forward this one and see if we can get there, get back to roughly the place we were. We need to go to Golden Pit. And since my game crashed mid-spectating, I'm just gonna fast forward to what was maybe minute 25 or something. And just to make sure we get to see the end of this. Every player here seems to have a pretty solid Dark Age, very little idle time in the early stages. You see them getting a little bit housed. Hans player will of course never need to worry about that, but generally decent production here. Oxen seems to struggle a little bit with the idle time here early on, but all in all, players roughly similar here. Pinky going up at 18 pop with the Mongols actually. It's actually arguably a little bit too little for a team game. You want to go up at maybe 19 or 20 at least to have some more economy going for you, but Pinky didn't seem to struggle all that much. After all, did get some nice scouts production going and made use of the hunt and everything. So I'm going to catch up and see a little bit of Troondos scout rush again here in yellow space. I'm gonna slow down a little bit for this actually, because when there was a lot of idle time and villagers lost here for yellow, so I actually want to see that again here. Going for the woodland now. No loom as we see for Benjamin just yet. Might even be the case that his teammates told him, "You need to get loom, man. Losing so much." I mean, skipping loom while going up could sometimes be a good idea, because it's going to shave 25 seconds off your uptime, but then you'll need to queue it ASAP once you reach the next stage. Yeah, so look at this villager slaughter here. Fantastic value for Troondos on the enemy pocket side here. I'm gonna fast forward again to wherever we left off. Not 100% sure where that was, but it was definitely after yellow had hit the castle age. So just a little bit more fast forward here. Hopefully we'll catch up with where we left off. Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down there and we'll see if we can follow the game onwards from here. See John AMD on the right hand side dealing some serious damage to Oxen as well. 30 villagers now for Oxen. Collected villager count almost 100 for Troondos here, whereas Cunning Linguist is sitting at 70-80 maximum here. Yeah, I need to adjust the sound levels a little bit again here. So all the scouts trying to break through the house here to deal some damage to Pinky on the woodline as well. This one is very much more exposed though, so that would be a more natural point to hit for these units. Archers still doing work here now. Oxen has flexing as well. We have 8 archers versus 7 archers here. Oxen is on his own now. We could maybe consider mixing some skirmishers in there just because he's simply on his own here right now. One can't really expect much help from the pocket. Benjamin has one knight sitting out here, but there aren't any upgrades on it, so it can't really help out against these massive archers on Oxen side. We also see from Pinky's resources here is in a great spot to click to the next age. The issue being Pinky is missing the second building, and that's what's keeping them from going to the next age. Benjamin here with some knights after all to help out. It's certainly going to chase those scouts away and give Cunning a chance to stabilize a little bit here. Cunning Linguists are desperate for a counterattack here though. No, look at the Teuton's knights now moving over to the pocket side yet again, or are they going to try and hit Oxen here? I mean, what would make sense is just to exploit the open areas. Benjamin Kittenyo is not fully walled yet, so it's just free territory for Frencho and Troondo to run in here and wreak some havoc. Looks like the offense on the left hand side is down as well. Frencho gone into archers after these scouts opening here. Another villager down for Benjamin here. It's at 27 though, so has stabilized a little bit here, but will be struggling for army numbers still. We have 8 military for Benjamin Kittenyo here, whereas Troondo has 7, but likely more upgrades. Only +1 attack for Benjamin, whereas Troondo has both attack and defense, because Teutons get +1 melee defense instantly. So taking some serious hits here, and Troondo just making sure that Benjamin is not allowed to completely wall off here. Meanwhile, we'll see the rest of the players approaching the castle age here as well. It's going to be castle age first for the Italians player here. 27 archers ready to become crossbows here. The defense in even as well. Whereas Oxen is down to 60 military, lagging slightly behind here. So will be slightly slower to crossbows than the other flank. Troondo has expanded to the middle as well, taking some middle position here to ensure gold income for consistent knights production. 17 of gold should be more than enough here to keep consistent multiple stables production. Teuton's farms working wonders as well. They're cheaper in terms of wood, so you have a nice and easy boom as Teutons. 6 knights now forward, ready to raid again, idling. Yellow here yet again, 24 villagers. and a not insignificant mass of crossbows for John AMD on the right hand side. John AMD is not dependent on any support from his pocket for now, so Troondos can just do his thing and hit the pocket and maybe the other flank here. There's even some forward siege added, third range for John AMD as well. We see that Oxen has done the same thing, so they should have the same production capabilities here. But if you look at the overall eco setup here, there's just lots more resources to spend and to produce with for John AMD. He's actually neglecting consistent production now, so that would be something to keep in mind. Oxen has a chance to get back into the numbers here because John AMD isn't producing at the moment. There will still be the issue of the Teuton Knights though, and this coordinated effort here with almost 50 army from Troondos and John AMD is just going to be very tough for Oxen to defend on his own here. Yeah, collected numbers here, 31, 41, 42 collected army against 25-ish from Oxen here, and there's even a Mangonel in the mix, getting a decent hit in here. And now with +2 full cast H defense for Troondos, he can dive in and take this fight on his own. Preferably should have had the company of John AMD's crossbows here though.